All right, good morning there, Devil fans. This is Uncle Pucker, Chris here. So we're just gonna kind of go over a little bit, looking into tonight's game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Uncle Puckers just dropped a new show, should be out now, recapping the game Saturday night against Washington, that wild one that went down there. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the game tonight against Tampa. Excuse me, it's early. I need my coffee. It's Frozen Frenzy night, guys, which is a pretty cool night. Every team's playing all 32. There's 16 games going on, staggered starts throughout. They did it last year for the first time. It was a lot of fun. I think we played and beat Montreal that night, if memory serves me correct. But this is a 6:45 start at the Rock, so make sure that you guys tune in at 6:45. This is not our normal 7 p.m. start. Tampa Bay in this early season, they're 3-2 for 6 points, fourth in the Atlantic. Um, they lost 5-2 last night against Toronto, so they're on the second half of a back-to-back, trying to avoid their third loss in a row. We're going to talk a little bit about that right now. Tampa Bay is 15th in goals for. They've with 18 and 10th in goals against. They've allowed 15. Their cup odds this year is plus 2,200, and their over under is 98.5, 98.5 points. So Vegas basically thinks that it's status quo when it comes to the Tampa Bay Lightning, because last year they were 45, 29, and 8 for 98 points, finished fourth in the Atlantic Division. I think that, yeah, they were the first wild card spot. So Vegas thinks chalk all the way around with Tampa. This is they're going to be steady 98 points. They're going to end up in a wild card spot, maybe the third place in the Atlantic. Last year, when we go over the first time we play teams and we talk about last year, it's very rare that we're going to have a winning record against these teams, just because last year was a forgettable year. So it's no different here, right? We lost 4-3 to them on January 11th in an overtime loss. We lost 6-3 to them on January 23rd, and then we lost 4-1 on February 25th. So that's just the way it goes, right? Tampa Bay started this season 3 wins in a row. They were undefeated for a little while, but now they've dropped their last two against Ottawa and Toronto. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. I don't know. Nikita Kucherov is a dog. 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points already. And Victor Hedman has 6 assists. Jake Getzel's got a goal and 4 assists for 5 points. They got guys that can score. We know that. We also know that they have really good goaltending. But there's a bit of a caveat here. Vasilevsky's 3-2 on the season this year. He has an 8.78 save percentage and a 3.14 goals against. Those are un-Vasilevsky numbers. And last night, he allowed 4 goals on 14 shots to Toronto, and he was pulled 29 and a half minutes into the game with a 714 save percentage. Jonas Johansson came in on relief. He allowed 1 goal on 15 shots for a 933 save percentage. Who gets the start in net for the Lightning today? Is it Vasilevsky? Is it Johansson? I have no idea. And I guess we can also ask that same question about the Devils. Who's going to get the start? Is it going to be Jake Allen? Is it going to be Markstrom? Markstrom started the last handful of games. The night against Washington on Saturday, it was a crazy game. His numbers weren't great. Do you just throw him back in, or with the back-to-back coming up, do you put Allen in today and then flip-flop these guys? I would think Markstrom gets to start today. Allen gets to start Thursday night against the Detroit Red Wings, and Markstrom's back in for the divisional opponent Friday night against the Islanders. But we'll see how that goes. So New Jersey showed a lot of good and a lot of bad and some ugly in the game against Washington. The good was just how they fought back. I mean, they were not going to be denied a point in that game, and it was all led by the captain, Nico Hischier, and the Devils absolutely deserved a point in that. I thought they were going to win it. It didn't work out for them, but they played hard. They got to clean this bad up, though. The offensive, the pressure in their own zone, being able to get the puck out. They have to be able to do that. a more efficient basis. Some changes in the Devils lineup right now that we know, with Seamus Casey being sent down, Danielle Misiul being brought up. Looks like Misiul will get the start on defense tonight, probably playing along with Shimon Nemec. We'll see how that goes. We know that Brett Pesce and Luke Hughes are not ready to play yet. They are skating, but maybe they will get the start on Thursday night. And my dog is freaking out right now because he smells something outside. But anyway, I apologize for that. What do the Devils need to do? They need to get certain guys going. We know who they are. It's Brat and Jack. They got to get rolling, and I think they will. They looked good. They had some really solid opportunities in the game against Washington. They just couldn't get it in. Really liking the line of Meyer and Mercer and Heischer. Heischer's been playing fantastic already this year, so that's really nice to see. And look, I mean, the bottom line is this is a big game. You're coming off a loss. The Devils have had 3 losses on the season, and every single time they have come back to play a full, complete game. Can they do it again? Tampa Bay has a lot on the line too. They are most likely, I mean, they're most definitely looking to avoid a 3rd loss in a row. Can the Devils do it? I think they can. Big game. Just take the good that you had from Washington. You know, there was a lot there. The fact that you were able to come back, the fact you were able to scratch and claw for a point, I think that was huge. I think it said a lot about this team and that this team's not going to be denied. They didn't play their best game and they still managed to get a point out of it. I think that's big, but they have to play better. The season is long. It's going to get harder. Um, you're going to be playing games like Tampa. These guys swept us last year. All right, you can't take them lightly. Vasilevsky's just got pulled in the game earlier. Do you think he's not going to come out looking for a really strong game in New Jersey? Not to mention, all eyes are on every game tonight because all 32 teams are playing. So it is an important game. It's an important game for both teams. Um, you know, Devils, I've been overall pretty happy with the way the season has started. I think that there's a lot to clean up, but I also think there are a lot of guys that aren't on this team yet, in Pesce and Luke, who are going to really solidify that blue line. Um, Markstrom's kind of been up and down already this year. I love when he's active. I love when he's back there playing the puck. He's talking to the D-men. He's acting like a third defenseman back there. I've liked that about his game, but as far as the overall performance, it has been up and down. But we knew going into getting Markstrom that Jacob Markstrom is, kind of up and down in his career. Good year, followed by a bad year, followed by a good year. Last year, not so great with Calgary. So this year, let's get it going. Not to mention our backup, 1B, Jake Allen's been fantastic. So yeah, that's it. Let's hold Kucherov to limited tonight. Let's get Jack and Brack going. Let's clean up those defensive mistakes that we made in the game against Washington, and let's just go out tonight, play a full, complete 60 minutes, hand Tampa their 3rd loss in a row. They're an older team. I don't think that they're super scary. I think that the Devils absolutely can beat them, and if you're really looking to be that perennial playoff performer, you got to put the old dog down. This is really what it comes down to. These guys have been around forever with this team. They've won cups. They are always in the playoffs. They're always making some sort of noise. Put them down. Just go in there, be the younger team, the better team, the faster team, and show them that if they come into the Rock, it's a hard place to play, and score some goals, win this game, get back on the right track. It's a good week. You got Detroit, you got the Islanders, big games, winnable games. So go ahead and do it. So that's how we feel about that. The Uncle Puckers will be back probably on Thursday some point, and we'll recap this game, look into the Detroit game. Also, if any listeners want a awesome Uncle Pucker podcast sticker, super easy to do. You just go to our webpage, theunclepuckers.com, go to the contact info, check out the sticker me information, put that in. We get it out to you ASAP free of charge. A lot of listeners have already gotten them. It's a super cool sticker. You throw it on your water bottle, your computer, give it to a Ranger fan, make them happy, and try to convert them. So that's where we're at. Check out the Uncle Puckers podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and this video up on Instagram and YouTube. A like, a subscription really does go a long way. We thank you guys.